A better country. Now, we're going to look at an insert. Now, it is one of many programs happening around the country. Two groups, a Raga group, Mike, Frank and Titi, together with Black Noise, they went to Robben Island and tried to work through some of these issues.
Racism in South Africa exists not only between black and white, but apartheid also created racism between African and colored people. Some South African youth are disillusioned by how slowly racial barriers are breaking down. Black Noise, a colored rap group, and Mike, Frank and Titi, an African raga group, both sing about the racism between Africans and coloreds that they experience. They met for the first time on Robben Island for an artist's retreat. There, they confronted that racism together by composing new songs.
You have so-called colored folks. You have so-called colored folks that took you
but them the colored man free, cause the colored man don't know what the hell he wanna be. The rainbow nation, that sounds dumb, cause he can find racism, both sides of the spectrum. So when the action gets dropped, the black man, there's a situation where the state is the white man.
Oh, this whole thing about coloreds and blacks, I'll go and say it's about not living together, not understanding one another. See, because we've been separated into different areas, you see.
Racism, as far as I'm concerned, still exists, and it's also almost like brought down from generation to generation.
It was like planned that the coloreds must see themselves as superior than the blacks.
Like ignore all the slogans, New South Africa, Rainbow Nation. We should ignore all of that because it's just slogans. They have to start making a proper effort. They have to become tolerant and aware of each other's cultural differences, but also learn about them. Otherwise, I see big problems in this country.
Realize that we are both black, and my past is not much different from yours. And we both are fighting the exact same wars. Each one teach what we all can recognize. A plan was set up for all of us to trivialize the existence of the other because of shades of skin color, preventing us from calling each other brother. Nobody knows how deep these wounds go. Here's of being afraid of what we both don't know.
Just see the other person as a person, not as in color, you know, black or white or colored, but just as a human being. That's all. That's how you will get rid of the apartheid.
So we can get respect as we've given them. No longer will a man's color be his sin. Stop being afraid of what you don't know. Open up your mind and as humans grow.
Emile Jansen is our guest. He's the leader of the band Black Noise that you just saw on that insert. We heard Titi of the other band saying that we should see each other not in terms of a grouping but in terms of human beings. How do we do that as South Africans?
I think that obviously the world doesn't look at people just as human beings. They look at color. The first thing they see is your complexion and they judge you by that. And what we need to do is, in Africa, this is Africa, we need to learn things from an African perspective and create a society where there's equality. Because at the moment there's no equality because all we taught is from a European perspective. They give more value to white because of what we know about white people.
I just have one question. I really like the sound you make it, but I really wonder, do you think that music really can change anything in the heads of people?
I think definitely a lot of the kids here in South Africa are listening to rap music because of the American influence, the McDonald's era. But what we need to do is groups like ourselves can influence these kids by giving them positive messages instead of the gangster rap that we hear coming across.
Yeah, but what about the older generation? They have a special conviction in their head. Do you think you can blow these out by rocker tracks?
There's a line that goes out of the mouths of babes, and the old generation very often listen to their children. And you know, if we can influence the younger people to speak out to the older people, then we can, you know, changes happen.
Just one question here to the audience. You say yes?
No, I don't. But I was agreeing with that. The youth are going to change the old people.
What about your parents? Do they listen to raga?
They listen to reggae.
Hey, parallel between Germany and South Africa.
For me, globally, the solution lies in the information that is passed to people. The only time you come in contact with certain things for change is on television or in the media. But if the media is only pushing one perspective, and that is European, they're still owned by white people. They still have white mentalities that are being pushed around the world. And they aren't taught what Africans have done for civilization.
Check out the